Space meeting gone wrong. The big room was full of weird noises and funny smells. Aliens from all over the galaxy sat in tall chairs, looking important. They were the Galactic Council, and they thought they were the bosses of space. Today was special. The Council was meeting some new aliens called humans. They didn't know much about humans, but they weren't worried. Humans were from a small planet called Earth. How tough could they be? Zork, the head of the council, tapped his squishy tentacle on the table. "Bring in the humans," he said in a bubbly voice. The big doors opened slowly. Everyone leaned forward to see. They expected to see scared little creatures. But that's not what happened at all. In walked two humans, a man and a woman. They weren't tall or scary looking, but the way they walked made everyone sit up straight. The humans didn't look scared. They looked happy. "Welcome, Earth people," Zork said, trying to sound big and scary. "Do you know why you're here?" The human man smiled. It wasn't a nervous smile. It was the kind of smile that made you think he knew a funny secret. "Sure," he said. "You called, we came. Nice place you got here." The aliens looked at each other. This wasn't how it was supposed to go. New aliens were supposed to be scared. Zork tried again. "We are the Galactic Council. We rule this galaxy. You will obey us now." The human woman laughed. It wasn't a mean laugh, but it made the aliens feel silly anyway. "That's cute," she said. "But I think there's been a mix-up. We're not here to obey. We're here to join the party." Now the aliens were really confused. What party? This was supposed to be a serious meeting. One alien with 3 eyes stood up. "Don't you understand?" he yelled. "We have big ships and strong weapons. You should be scared." The human man nodded. "Oh, those are nice. We have some toys too. Want to see?" Before anyone could say no, the man pulled out a small box. It was smooth and black. It didn't look like much. "What's that?" Zork asked. He tried not to sound curious, but he was. "Just a little thing we made," the woman said. "It can turn off all your ships with one button. Want us to show you?" The room got very quiet. The aliens looked at their fancy chairs and big screens. Would the little box really work? They didn't want to find out. Zork's tentacles turned pale. You're bluffing," he said, but his voice was shaky. The human shrugged. "Maybe," said the man. "Want to bet your ships on it?" Nobody said yes. The woman stepped forward. "Look, we didn't come here to cause trouble. We just want to say hi. Maybe be friends. Earth is small, but we've learned a lot. We could teach you some cool stuff." Some of the aliens started to look interested. Zork saw this and got mad. "Silence," he shouted. "We are the council. We don't need to learn from you." But it was too late. The other aliens were already talking excitedly. They wanted to know more about Earth and humans. Zork tried to take control again. "This meeting is over," he yelled. "Humans, go back to your planet. We'll decide what to do with you later." The humans didn't move. They just stood there, still smiling. "That's not how this works," the man said calmly. "We're here now. Things are going to change. You can fight it and lose, or join us and win. Your choice." The room erupted in chaos. Some aliens were angry. Some were scared. Some were excited. But everyone was talking at once. In all the noise, nobody noticed the humans pressing buttons on their wrists. They were sending a message. Phase 1 complete. Start Phase 2. As the Galactic Council argued, the humans stood quietly. They knew something big was about to happen. Something that would change the galaxy forever. And it all started because the council thought a little meeting would go their way. They thought humans would be easy to scare. They were wrong. Very, very wrong. The space meeting had gone wrong for the council. But for humans, everything was going exactly as planned. Humans bring a surprise. The Galactic Council room was still noisy. Aliens were shouting and waving their tentacles, claws, and other weird body parts. But the two humans stood calmly in the middle of it all, like they were waiting for something. Zork, the squishy leader, finally got everyone to be quiet. He turned to the humans with his eyes narrowed. "Okay, Earth people, you say you have fancy tech. Prove it." The human man grinned. "Sure thing, boss. But first, how about we all take a little trip?" Before anyone could ask what he meant, the man pressed a button on his wrist. There was a bright flash of light, and suddenly, the whole room was different. They weren't in the council chamber anymore. They were floating in space. All the aliens started to panic. "Relax, everyone," the human woman said. "You're safe. This is just a hologram. Pretty cool, huh?" The aliens looked around in wonder. Stars twinkled all around them. Planets and moons floated by. It was beautiful and a little scary. How did you do this?" Zork asked. His tentacles were shaking a little. The man shrugged. "Just a little Earth magic. We call it advanced quantum projection. But that's not the best part. Watch this." He waved his hand, and suddenly, they were all zooming through space. They passed planets and stars so fast, it made some aliens feel dizzy. "Where are we going?" a three-eyed alien asked nervously. "Home," the woman said with a smile. "Our home." Suddenly, they stopped. In front of them was a beautiful blue and green planet, Earth. "It's so small," one alien whispered. "Yep," the man said. "But size isn't everything. Let us show you what our little planet can do." The view changed. Now they could see spaceships leaving Earth. But these weren't normal ships. They were changing shape as they flew, becoming faster and sleeker. "These are our new transformer ships," the woman explained. "They can change to fit any space they're in. Pretty handy for exploring new places." The aliens were impressed, but Zork tried not to show it. "So what?" he grumbled. "We have big ships too." The humans looked at each other and laughed. "Oh, we're just getting started," the man said. The view changed again. Now they saw a huge space station near Earth's moon. It was shaped like a giant ring, and it was spinning slowly. "This is our paradise station," the woman said proudly. "It can hold millions of people. And the best part, it makes its own gravity and air. We could live there forever if we wanted to." Now even Zork couldn't hide his surprise. That's impossible," he sputtered. The man raised an eyebrow. "Impossible. We did it last year. Want to see what we're working on now?" Before anyone could answer, the view changed one more time. They saw a strange device floating in space. It looked like a shiny metal ball with lots of antennas sticking out. "This," the man said, "is our biggest surprise. We call it the Galaxy Talker." "What does it do?" a curious alien asked. The woman's eyes twinkled. "It lets us talk to anyone, anywhere in the galaxy, instantly. No delay, no lost signals. We can chat with a planet a million light years away like they're right next door." The room went very quiet. Every alien was thinking the same thing. If humans could do this, what else could they do? Zork tried to look brave, but his voice shook a little. "Why? Why are you showing us all this?" The human smiles got bigger. "Because," the man said, "we want to share all this cool stuff. We want everyone to have it. That's why we came to your meeting. We're not here to join your council. We're here to invite you to join us." The woman nodded. "Earth is small, but we dream big. We want to explore the whole universe, and we want to do it with friends. So, what do you say? Want to be part of something amazing?" The aliens all started talking at once. Some were excited, some were scared, and some were still confused. But one thing was clear: everything was about to change. Zork looked at the humans with new eyes. He realized that the council's big meeting hadn't gone wrong at all. It had gone exactly the way the humans wanted it to. As the excited chatter filled the room, the human man leaned over to the woman and whispered, "Phase 2 complete. Ready for Phase 3. The woman nodded, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Let's show them what humanity can really do. The Galactic Council had called humans to their meeting, thinking they were in charge. But now, as they floated in a hologram of space, looking at Earth's incredible inventions, they realized something important. The humans had brought more than just a surprise. They had brought the future. History lesson. The Galactic Council room was buzzing with excitement. The aliens couldn't stop talking about the amazing things humans had shown them. But Zork, the squishy leader, was still suspicious. "Wait a minute," he gurgled, waving his tentacles. "If you Earth people are so smart, why haven't we heard of you before? Where did all this fancy stuff come from?" The human man and woman looked at each other and smiled. "That," said the woman, "is a great question. How about we show you?" She tapped her wrist device, and the space hologram changed. Now they were floating above Earth, but it looked different. The land was all one big piece, and there were dinosaurs walking around. "This is Earth, about 250 million years ago," the man explained. "Our planet has been around for a long time. It's changed a lot." The view started to speed up. The aliens watched as continents moved, oceans formed, and different animals appeared and disappeared. "Wow," whispered a small green alien. "Your world is so alive." The human woman nodded. "Yes, and it wasn't always easy. Look." The view zoomed in. They saw early humans, walking on two legs, but looking a bit different from the two in the room. "These are our ancestors," the man said. "They had to survive in a tough world. Big animals wanted to eat them. The weather was harsh, and food was hard to find. They watched as the early humans learned to make tools, used fire, and build shelters. The aliens were fascinated. But that's not all," the woman said. "Watch this." The view changed again. Now they saw humans building big cities, inventing machines, and even fighting each other. "Oh no," cried a fluffy alien. "Why are they hurting each other?" The human man sighed. "That's a sad part of our history. We've had many wars. But look what happened next." They saw humans shaking hands, making peace. Then they started working together to solve big problems. "Every time we faced a challenge," the woman explained, "we came out stronger. We learned to work together, to think in new ways." The view sped up again. They saw humans cure diseases, clean up pollution, and start exploring space. 10 years ago," the man said, "we made our biggest discovery yet. We found out how to use the energy between atoms in a whole new way. That's how we made all the cool stuff we showed you earlier." Zork's eyes were wide. "You did all that in just 10 years?" The humans nodded. "When humans work together," the woman said, "we can do amazing things very fast." An alien with 3 heads spoke up. But that's scary. What if you decide to use all that power to hurt others?" The human man shook his head. "We've learned from our history. We know war and fighting only bring pain. We want to explore and learn, not conquer. That's why we're here," the woman added. "We want to share what we've learned. We think the whole galaxy could do amazing things if we all work together." The aliens started talking excitedly again. Many of them liked this idea. But Zork still looked worried. "How do we know we can trust you?" he asked. The human man smiled gently. "That's another great question. We don't expect you to just take our word for it. That's why we have a proposal." He tapped his wrist, and a new image appeared. It showed a beautiful space station, much bigger than the one they saw before. "This," he said, "is our idea for a galactic university, a place where people from all planets can come to learn, share ideas, and work together. We'll teach you about our tech, and you can teach us about your worlds." The woman nodded. "We don't want to take over. We want to be partners, friends. Think about how much we could all learn from each other. The room was quiet for a moment. Then, one by one, the aliens started to nod. Even Zork looked like he was starting to come around. Maybe, he said slowly, we judged you too quickly. This galactic university idea, it sounds interesting. The humans beamed. That's great, said the woman. And you know what? This is just the beginning. Imagine what we could all do together. As the excited chatter filled the room again, the human man turned to his partner. History lesson complete, he whispered. Ready for the next phase? She nodded, her eyes shining. Let's show them the future we can build together. The Galactic Council had called humans in to teach them a lesson. Instead, they had gotten a history lesson that changed everything. As they floated in the hologram, looking at the image of the Galactic University, every alien in the room felt something new, hope for an amazing future with their new human friends. The crazy human plan. The Galactic Council room was still buzzing with excitement. Aliens of all shapes and sizes were chattering about the amazing things they'd learned about humans. But the two humans, the man and the woman, weren't done yet. All right, everyone, the man said, clapping his hands. We've shown you our past and some of our tech. Now it's time to talk about the future. Zork, the squishy leader, leaned forward. What do you mean, human? What more could there be? The woman grinned. Oh, Zork, we're just getting started. Let us tell you about our plan. It might sound a little crazy. She tapped her wrist device, and a new hologram appeared. It showed the entire Milky Way galaxy spinning slowly in the air. This is us, she said, pointing to a tiny dot. And this? She waved her hand, and suddenly the view zoomed out to show hundreds of galaxies, is where we want to go. The room went completely silent. Even Zork's tentacles stopped wiggling. You want to leave the galaxy? A small, furry alien squeaked. The human man nodded. Not just leave it. We want to explore them all. Every single galaxy out there. Chaos erupted in the room. Aliens were shouting, some in excitement, some in fear. Zork was trying to calm everyone down, but even he looked shocked. That's impossible, he yelled. It would take millions of years. The humans just smiled. Not with what we've discovered, the woman said calmly. She changed the hologram again. Now it showed a strange-looking spaceship. It was long and sleek, with what looked like a giant bubble on the front. This, the man explained, is the Cosmic Surfer. It's a ship that can ride the waves between universes. Waves between universes, Zork repeated, looking confused. What does that mean? The woman's eyes sparkled. We've found that the universe isn't alone. There are tiny strings connecting all universes. If you know how to pluck them just right, you can travel faster than light. Way faster. The man nodded. With the Cosmic Surfer, we could reach the nearest galaxy in just a few days. And here's the really crazy part. We want all of you to come with us. The room exploded with noise again. Some aliens were jumping up and down with excitement. Others looked terrified. One small green alien actually fainted. But why? Zork asked, his voice shaking. Why would you want us to come? The humans looked at each other, then back at the aliens. Because, the woman said softly, the universe is big and amazing. We think exploring it would be more fun with friends. Yeah, the man added. Plus, every species here knows something we don't. If we all work together, imagine what we could discover. The excitement in the room was growing. More and more aliens were nodding, their eyes, or eye stalks, or whatever they had, shining with wonder. But Zork wasn't convinced yet. This is too much, he gurgled. How do we know this isn't some trick to take over the galaxy? The woman laughed. Zork, buddy, we don't want to take over one galaxy. We want to explore them all. There's no time for ruling when there's so much to see and learn. The man stepped forward. Look, we get it. This is a big decision. So we have an idea. Let's start small. He changed the hologram one more time. Now it showed a group of planets circling a bright star. This is a solar system at the edge of our galaxy, he explained. It's never been explored. We propose a joint mission. Humans and aliens working together to check it out. It'll be like a test run for our bigger adventures. The room was quiet as everyone thought about this. Then, slowly, aliens started to nod. I like this idea, said a tall, skinny alien with 8 arms. It sounds exciting. Yeah, chirped another. I've always wanted to explore. Even Zork was starting to look interested. Well, I suppose a small mission couldn't hurt, just to see how it goes. The humans beamed. Fantastic. The woman said, this is going to be amazing. Just wait until you see what else we have planned. As the excited chatter filled the room once again, the human man leaned close to his partner. Phase 4 complete, he whispered. They're hooked, ready for the big reveal. The woman nodded, her eyes shining with excitement. Let's show them how humans really party across the cosmos. The Galactic Council meeting had started with aliens thinking they'd teach humans a lesson. Now, they were all eagerly planning a space adventure together. The humans' crazy plan wasn't just changing the galaxy. It was about to change the entire universe. Earth's secret friends. The Galactic Council room was still buzzing with excitement about the humans' crazy plan to explore the universe. But Zork, the squishy leader, was starting to look suspicious again. Wait a minute, he gurgled, his tentacles waving. How can you humans do all this? You're just one small planet. You must have help. The human man and woman looked at each other and grinned. You're right, Zork, the woman said. We do have help. Want to meet our friends? Before anyone could answer, the man tapped his wrist device. Suddenly, the air shimmered and new aliens appeared in the room. What? How? Where did they come from? Zork sputtered, his eyes bulging. The new aliens were all different shapes and sizes. Some looked like giant butterflies, others like talking rocks. One even looked like a cloud of sparkling dust. Everyone, the human man said, meet our allies. They'd been helping us prepare for this day. The room erupted in chaos. The council aliens were shocked. Some were angry, others were scared. A few were just confused. Calm down, everyone, the dust cloud alien said in a soft, whisper-like voice. We come in peace. One of the butterfly aliens fluttered forward. We've been working with the humans for years, it said. They're good people. They want to help everyone, not just themselves. Zork's tentacles were shaking. But why didn't we know about you? Why all the secrecy? The human woman stepped forward. That's a fair question, Zork. We kept it secret because we wanted to be sure we could trust the council. We needed to know if you really cared about all species or just yourselves. A rock-like alien rumbled in agreement. We've been watching the council for a long time. Some of you are good. Some, not so good. The council aliens looked at each other nervously. They knew not all of them had been fair to smaller, weaker species. But now, the human man said, we're ready to work together. All of us. Humans, our allies, and the council too, if you want. The dust cloud alien floated to the center of the room. Let me show you what we can do together, it whispered. Suddenly, the room was filled with amazing holograms. They showed incredible cities floating in space, ships that could fold space itself, and machines that could talk to stars. This is what we've been working on, the human woman explained. But it's just the beginning. Imagine what we could do if we all worked together. The council aliens were stunned. They had never seen anything like this before. But how did you find each other? A small green alien asked. How did Earth make so many friends without us knowing? The human man laughed. That's a funny story, actually. It all started with a mixed-up pizza delivery. For the next few minutes, he told a hilarious tale about how a human pizza accidentally got delivered to an alien ship. Instead of getting mad, the aliens loved the pizza so much that they decided to make friends with Earth. By the end of the story, even Zork was laughing. The tension in the room had melted away. After that, the butterfly alien said, word spread. More and more species wanted to be friends with the fun, pizza-making humans. And when we saw how smart and kind they were, we decided to help them prepare for joining the galactic community. The human woman nodded. We knew we couldn't just show up at the council with our ideas. We needed to be ready. Our friends helped us learn and grow. And now, the rock alien rumbled. We're all ready to work with the council, to make the galaxy and the whole universe a better place for everyone. The room was quiet for a moment. Then, slowly, the council aliens started to nod. Some even began to smile. Zork looked around the room, then at the humans and their allies. His tentacles had stopped shaking. Well, he said slowly, this is certainly not what I expected when I called this meeting. But maybe that's a good thing. He floated forward and held out a tentacle to the humans. On behalf of the Galactic Council, I say, let's talk. Tell us more about this pizza. And maybe we can all be friends too. The humans beamed and shook Zork's tentacle. The room erupted in cheers and applause. As the excited chatter filled the room once again, the human man turned to his partner. Phase 5 complete, he whispered. They're ready for the big final. Shall we show them how the universe parties? The woman nodded, her eyes twinkling with excitement. Let's rock the cosmos. What had started as a simple meeting was about to turn into the biggest, wildest, most exciting party the galaxy had ever seen. And it was only the beginning of a whole new adventure. Galaxy Fight with a Twist. Just when it seemed like everything was going great, alarms started blaring. Red lights flashed all around the Galactic Council room. What's happening? Zork yelled, his tentacles flailing in panic. The human woman rushed to her wrist device. Her face turned serious. We've got trouble. Big trouble. Suddenly, a huge hologram appeared in the middle of the room. It showed a massive fleet of scary-looking spaceships heading straight for them. Oh no, cried a small, furry alien. It's the Zorblax Empire. They've found us. The room erupted in chaos. Aliens were running around, screaming and hiding under chairs. Even Zork looked terrified. Who are the Zorblax? The human man asked, trying to stay calm. A rock-like alien rumbled in answer. They're big bullies. They go around the galaxy taking over planets and being mean to everyone. The human woman nodded. Looks like they heard about our meeting and didn't like it. They're coming to stop us from being friends. For a moment, everyone was quiet. The happy mood from before was gone. Then the human man stepped forward, a determined look on his face. Well, he said, we didn't come all this way to give up now. Who's ready to show these Zorblax what happens when you mess with our new galactic family? A cheer went up from the humans' allies. Even some of the council aliens joined in. Zork looked surprised. You want to fight them? He asked. But they're so big and scary. The human woman grinned. Who said anything about fighting? We've got something better. We've got surprises. She tapped her wrist device, and suddenly, colorful lights started flashing all around the room. Fun, bouncy music began to play. What's going on? Zork asked, confused. We're throwing a party, the human man announced. A party so big and fun that even the Zorblax won't be able to resist. The council aliens looked at each other, puzzled, but the humans' allies got excited. They started setting up decorations and bringing out snacks. But how will this stop the Zorblax? A butterfly alien asked. The human woman winked. Just watch and learn. Everyone, to your stations. What happened next was the craziest thing the galaxy had ever seen. As the Zorblax ships got closer, the humans and their allies sprang into action. But instead of weapons, They used party tricks. First, they sent out millions of colorful balloons. The balloons stuck to the Zordlax ship's windows, making it hard for them to see. Next, they used giant space speakers to blast fun dance music at the enemy fleet. Some of the Zordlax ships started wobbling as their crews couldn't help dancing. Then came the secret weapon. The humans launched a barrage of pizza into space. The cheesy, delicious smell was so good that many Zordlax forgot all about fighting and started chasing the flying pizzas instead. But the humans weren't done yet. They used their advanced tech to hack into the Zordlax ship's computers. But instead of shutting them down, they filled the screens with funny cat videos. The Zordlax were completely confused. They didn't know whether to laugh, dance, eat pizza, or watch cats. Their big, scary attack turned into a big, silly mess. Back in the council room, everyone watched in amazement. Zork's eyes were wide with wonder. I can't believe it, he said. You're defeating the worst bullies in the galaxy. With a party. The human man laughed. Sometimes the best way to stop a fight is to start a celebration. As they watched, more and more Zordlax ships started to turn around. Some were even sending messages asking if they could join the fun. See, the human woman said, everyone loves a good party, even grumpy space bullies. The council aliens were amazed. They had never seen anything like this before. Fighting with fun instead of weapons. It was crazy, but it was working. Slowly, smiles started to spread across the faces, or face-like parts, of everyone in the room. Even Zork's tentacles were wiggling happily. Well, he said, I guess humans really do know how to handle a galaxy fight. The human man grinned. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Wait till you see how we celebrate victory. As the last of the Zordlax ships turned away, the room erupted in cheers. The galaxy fight was over, but the real party was just beginning. The human woman turned to her partner, eyes twinkling. Phase 6 complete, she whispered. Ready for the grand final. He nodded, grinning from ear to ear. Let's show the universe how Earth throws a cosmic bash. What had started as a scary battle had turned into the biggest, wildest, most unexpected party the galaxy had ever seen. And for the Galactic Council, the humans, and even the confused Zordlax, it was clear. A new era of fun, friendship, and intergalactic pizza parties was just beginning. New Galaxy Party. The Galactic Council room was buzzing with excitement. Humans, their alien allies, and even the former Zordlax enemies were all gathered together. The big, scary fight had turned into something amazing. The biggest party the galaxy had ever seen. Zork, the squishy council leader, floated up to the human man and woman. His tentacles were wiggling happily. I must say, he gurgled, you Earth people really know how to turn things around. What happens now? The humans grinned at each other. Now, said the woman, we show you how Earth really parties. She tapped her wrist device, and suddenly the whole room transformed. The boring council chamber became a fantastic space disco. Glittering stars hung in the air. A shimmering dance floor appeared, changing colors with the beat of the music. Even the chairs turned into comfy floating cushions. Wow, gasped a small furry alien. This is amazing. The human man laughed. You ain't seen nothing yet, little buddy. Hit it, DJ Stardust. A cloud of sparkling dust floated to a giant set of turntables. It started spinning records, and the most incredible music filled the air. It was like nothing anyone had ever heard before. A mix of Earth's best tunes and alien sounds from across the galaxy. Aliens of all shapes and sizes started dancing. Some wiggled tentacles, others bounced on their 100 legs. Even the rock-like aliens were grooving. But wait, said Zork, looking confused. What about all the serious stuff? The exploring and learning. The human woman smiled kindly. Zork, my friend, this is serious stuff. Look around you. Zork looked. He saw a group of butterfly aliens teaching some ex-Zord-like soldiers how to do the wing flap dance. Nearby, a human was showing a curious blog how to eat pizza without hands. "You see," the woman explained, "this party is bringing everyone together. We're learning about each other, making friends. This is how peace starts." Zork's eyes widened. I never thought of it that way." Just then, a loud cheer went up. Everyone turned to see what was happening. In the center of the dance floor, a giant hologram appeared. It showed a map of the whole galaxy, but this map was different. It was colorful and fun, with little cartoon characters representing each species. "Ladies, gentlemen, and beings of all kinds," the human man announced, "I present to you the new Galactic Friend Map." He explained that this map showed all the new friendships made at the party. Every time two different species danced together or shared a snack, a new line appeared on the map connecting their home planets. "Our goal," he said with a big smile, "is to fill this map with so many friendship lines that you can barely see the space between them." The room erupted in cheers. Aliens who had never talked before were suddenly introducing themselves, eager to add their own lines to the map. Even the grumpiest ex-Zord-like soldier got into it. He was soon teaching a group of tiny glowing aliens how to do the robot dance. As the party went on, more and more lines appeared on the map. Soon, it was a beautiful, colorful web of friendships spanning the entire galaxy. Zork watched all this with wonder. "You know," he said to the humans, "when I called this meeting, I thought we'd be teaching you about the galaxy. But you've taught us something much more important." The human woman smiled. "Oh, what's that?" "You've taught us that the best way to explore the universe isn't with big ships or fancy tech," Zork said. "It's with open hearts, good music, and lots of pizza." Everyone laughed and cheered. The party was in full swing, and it showed no signs of stopping. As the night went on, more and more spaceships arrived. Word had spread about the awesome Earth party, and nobody wanted to miss out. Soon, the Galactic Council station was surrounded by twinkling party lights and the sounds of laughter and music. The human man turned to his partner, grinning from ear to ear. "Mission accomplished," he said. "We came here to make friends and change the galaxy. I'd say we did pretty well." The woman nodded, her eyes sparkling. "Just wait till they see what we've got planned for next week's intergalactic karaoke night." And so, what had started as a simple council meeting had turned into the beginning of a new era for the entire galaxy. An era of friendship, fun, and really great parties. As for the humans, well, they were already planning their next big adventure. After all, there were still plenty of galaxies out there just waiting to join the biggest, coolest, most epic party in the universe. The end, or should we say, the beginning of something amazing.